In this video I want to review what you can do with a custom control running inside a list control running inside a UX component. A custom control is amazingly powerful, and so we'll go through and review that. I'll run this list control now. It's just sitting inside a panel card with mobile turned on, and we'll just see what this does. I'll just turn this horizontal. So the idea behind this is that I'm a user, I've logged into the system, and I've already subscribed to a number of categories that I'm interested in. So here we're going to show the category running in a list control, and with an image I'm going to show which categories I've subscribed to. So let's go back into design view, and let's cover off the tables. A lot of this stuff is just kind of hard coded just for examples, but I've got categories, a table of categories here. You'll see in my list control information I'm only dealing with categories from 6 to 12. So we've just got categories, so that's fine. Here we've got a couple of users, so that's fine. That'll come in as I'll be logging in and I'll be setting my user ID or something to a session variable that we can use, because those session variables are available to the XBasic function. And I've got my subscriptions, and here it's just a table with a category ID and which user ID has subscribed to which category ID, so we can delete and add subscriptions as we need to. So I know we've only got 2 users in the system, so that's the matchup for the category subscriptions. So let's get rid of that, and let's go into our list properties. SQL definition for the data source, pulling fields from a table, category name and category ID. My filters category ID is greater than or equal to 6 because I'm only dealing with those 6 categories that I want. Nothing else in particular there. I'm returning the category name field. For fields, we're dealing with category name, category ID, and there's our custom control. List properties, nothing specific in there that we need to worry about, and just the 2 items in a control, in a column layout that I'm using, the category name and the subscribed custom control. And so let's go back into fields, and we'll go into the definition here. Now I think what I'll do first is let's just add a new item here, a new custom control. We'll call it CC1. Let's go into the definition. So the default definition here is this. So when I first looked at this, I thought, well, what can I do here? I can put some stuff like this is my custom control. I can do that, and that's what is going to be returned back into each row of my custom control in my list control. And I thought, well, what can I really do with that? And then I realized that what I'm doing is I'm sitting in a function that's going to be returned, and all I need to return into cc1_render is the HTML at the end of the day. So after this statement, I can write any XBasic I want, so long as I'm returning HTML per row into CC1_render. So once I realized that, you can do anything here. So let's get rid of this and look at what we actually are doing. And I think you'll see this. So here we have our subscribed render function on error stuff. So now I'm just writing XBasic code, dimensioning a user ID and a category ID. My user ID I'm just fudging, I'm just shoving in 1, but that could be a session variable for user ID that's coming in. My current category ID is the row that's being processed at the time, and data is being passed in as it says here. So we've got the DS arguments passing in current data, so DS data and then the field name that we're looking for. And we just insert, and if I just go on a new line, we can insert that any information that's available that you've included in your list is available here. And you just click on it, and in it comes. So we don't need that. So we're setting up a SQL connection. We're putting in some arguments. We're doing a SQL select statement from my table, my subscriptions table, where the user ID is an argument and my category ID is an argument. So I set those up here. We open up our connection. I'm not sure if this is the best way to handle an error, because this is the information that will be passed through into the list control, into the custom control. So I'm not sure if that's the best way to handle errors, but that's what I'm doing. If we can't open up the connection, we get that error. If we can't execute the SQL statement, we get this error. And so now we've got our result set. Now, if there are no records in the results set, then subscribed render is nothing. We're not returning any HTML whatsoever. Remember, we're processing. This is getting called row by row. So if I've got 10 rows in my list, this function is being called 10 times. Let's see, what else is there? So no records for this row. We set subscribed rendered to nothing, and then we free everything up and close everything up, and then we just get out. But if there are records, now in this particular case I don't really need a while flag. I've got it in there, but in this particular case we're working row by row, so I should only ever return one row from my select statement. But this is my return. So what I'm doing here is, so we found a record in the subscriptions table for this category for the user that's coming in. So we're just setting an image source. So I do image source. I've got to escape this double quote, and I'm pointing to images Dropbox. It's just an image I want to pull out. I'm setting its height, I'm setting its width. Again, you have to escape the double quotes. So this is just a standard HTML statement. That's all we need to return. I do a flag equals rs next row. That'll always return false, and so they will drop out because I've only ever got one row. We free things up, we close things up, and that's it. So this returns a record for each row, once again, for anyone that's subscribed. So let's kind of go through and prove that now. So I've got I've only got two user IDs that I'm working with. User ID 1 and user ID 2 that's in my subscriptions table. So as you can see, if we run this again, I've subscribed as user 1 to We Love Roses, Money Off New Clothes. I have not subscribed to New Teeth, and I've not subscribed to New Shoes and a Summer Collection. I've got Winter Collection as a subscription. So let's go through and change this now. And we'll change it to user number 2. And here, live preview. So now I've subscribed to user number. Now I'm user number 2, and I've subscribed to New Teeth, New Shoes, and the Summer Collection, and not the Winter Collection. So as you can see, just amazingly powerful control. You can do write any XBasic in there as long as per row you're returning HTML that you want to see, and it can be any HTML that you want. I think the only problem I ran into doing this was in the custom control code for returning my HTML, and I realized that it's got to be I tried using single quotes in here, but the JavaScript that alpha returns is single quoted, so I have to use double quotes and just escape them, which works out beautifully. So once again, amazing power from alpha in this custom control, and thanks for watching.